Oh, wait, hold on 1 second. Okay. 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 I'm gonna hold on a second before I start talking. And, yeah, come on in, friends. Come on in. Oof. Oof. It's another one of those days where I just woke up. Vic the Quick got me some coffee, though, so that's great. I'm gonna wait a second for y'all to join me on this live. I don't know where this conversation is going as per usual. There is a topic, there is a theme, but I don't know where where the conversation is going. Okay, now I'm starting to feel for it. Say hello if you're in here. Throw some hearts at least if you don't want to be known in the chat. I realize a lot of y'all really be watching these replays. Like, the replays go crazy. It'd be a handful of y'all live in real time, but the replays be like damn near 100 people. I only have 170 followers, 73 followers or something like that. And when I can consistently get about 100 views on a video, that's a pretty good ratio to me. So, yeah. I don't care when you watch it, as long as you watch it, shit. My face feels real ashy, and I gotta do something about it, so hold on. I don't have nothing to do nothing about it. I did get a new lip balm. Shout out to LA Colors. I swear I be trying to listen. Let me tell y'all real quick as we kind of warming up today. My voice is trying to clear some more. Let me talk about some shit first. So I went to, where did we go first? We went to Five Below. Five Below sells makeup. I don't even need a whole lot of makeup. I just really like lip gloss, right? So I'm like, surely I can find me a $5 lip gloss that's decent. Bought 2 different ones. Did not like either one. Took them back before we even left the parking lot. And then I look up, we're like, oh, there's a, was it Ulta? Oh, it was Ulta, not Sephora, Ulta. Same parking lot. So I'm like, okay, let me just run in Ulta. Vic was with me. Let me just run in Ulta and see what they got. Clearly, they have some lip glosses, probably one that's gonna work. That's not gonna be $50. So I go in, they have a couple lip glosses. I like the color. What's up, Dark Moon? And I like the color of the lip gloss. Get it to, I didn't open it though, I just looked at the packaging. Get it to the car, try on both products. Spent like $24 on lip gloss. Now, that's for me kind of a high-end budget because it's lip gloss. My favorite lip balm, literally, I could buy at the Dollar Tree. But even that one hasn't been hitting. So I go in Ulta and buy these 2 lip glosses, and neither one of them work. Again, I'm in the parking lot trying it on. So I go back in Ulta and return them. It's my second store, right? Trying to just find some lip gloss. The lady in there was so cool. I know I was so problematic for her, but she was so cool about it. And then I returned those. So then we had to go to Walmart for something. So I'm like, let me just see in Walmart what lip glosses they have. I go in Walmart, they have everything behind a locked cabinet. Fucking everything. They have everything behind a locked cabinet because clearly people be stealing their ass off in there. So I'm in there trying to find a lip gloss, and I'm going to like the El Cheapos because I'm El Cheapo. I find this one, little LA Colors. It's kind of got a weird tint to it. Kind of. Sort of. Kind of looks ashy, but at least feels good. So I'm at least in the right ballpark. I gotta go work on the color, but I'm in the ballpark. So that was my lip gloss adventure. I don't know why I shared that. This is just randomness while I clear my throat, I guess. It does feel good though, I ain't gonna hold you. And I like the little applicator. Okay. Anyways, welcome to the morning message. Okay. Happy Tuesday. Hey, Chris. Happy Tuesday to you all. Still no baby. She's 41 weeks. Still don't have a baby. So I'm sure we're gonna have a baby very soon. Let's see. Even before I get into like any introductions, it feels like a real important emphasis on drink some water. And I'm going to listen to that immediately. Feels like everybody's dehydrated, everybody's thirsty, okay? So, you know, take a sip. You know, some people like to toast with alcohol. We're gonna toast with some water. Cheers. Drink some water. I know this message is for me because I've been ravagingly hungry. When we're dehydrated, it masks as hunger. So drink some water. Didn't your mama tell you that one night when you was hungry and may not have been any cooked food available or God forbid any food in the house for you? They say drink some water. So for some of y'all, that might even be some triggered language. I'm so sorry for that. But the fact still remains, we need water for hydration. So I receive. Oh, my name, hi. Allah-mi Basheer, Intuitive Self-Mastery Coach, here again with no earrings. Let's talk about my thing about earrings real quick. It's because I'm bald. And you would be probably not surprised, or maybe surprised, how often I get called sir. I won't even say mistaken for as a male, but called sir. Way more often than I prefer. But it's a consequence of living in this body. It's just what happens. So I try to wear earrings as much and as often as possible. Even before I shaved my head bald, I still had this deep fascination or commitment to wearing earrings all the time. I don't know what it is. I just feel naked without them. But I showed up yesterday without them. Today is gonna be another day I show up without them. This is me just kind of leaning into all of my insecurities. The earrings don't make a difference, Allah-mi. Just show up and start talking. So that's what we're doing. All right. We got Vic the Quick in the house. I think I mentioned to you all I'm working on our website, so I took it down. It'll be back up today. And it's gonna have some special offers on it. A couple of distinctly new offers that some of you may not be familiar with, because we're looking at more creative ways to get people into community with us. And I say into community with us, meaning like if you are trying to really work on your personal growth, your self-development, and you need resources and tools, strategies by which you can start living differently, aside from just listening to these morning messages. Of course, you can do an intuitive reading, you can do a human design consultation, but we're also building in more community-based programs like group workshops and group readings, to where you can not just learn about yourself, but you can also learn about the distinct differences in other people, other design types. People that are likely to be your family members or friends or coworkers. And while they specifically may not be in the room, if you learn more about the different design types, it's gonna help you better understand why so-and-so be tripping, or why you don't really vibe with so-and-so like that. It's gonna show you how to open your energy up to be able to better connect with people who are more like you and more complementary to your life. So stay tuned. Literally and figuratively. Like this video if you up in here, by the way. Okay, because we're about to get going. If you landed here by chance or even on purpose, you are supposed to be here, and this message is absolutely for you. I don't say that every day, all day, so if you caught wind of that piece, you might want to stick around. Just put it on in the backdrop of whatever you're doing and let my mouth just run. But it's a lot of energy on. Everybody needs to drink their water, okay? So go get you a glass of water, have you a seat, enjoy you a sip, and let's go on this magical carpet ride we call the morning messages. All right. So these kind of messages, it's starting off kind of like popcorn style. And I have this oracle deck, this tarot deck that I'm gonna work with, but I feel a lot of kind of ancestral messages coming through. I just got all the chills, just as I said it. Ooh, got all the chills. Ancestral, meaning messages from loved ones that have maybe transitioned already. So this is an interesting way to start the day. It's given like female energy, like mother, grandmother energy. My mother has passed away in 2020. And my grandmothers on both sides of my family have also transitioned. One of them I never knew. I never knew my mother's mother. And my father's mother, I wasn't extremely close to at all, although I had known her and met her and spent time with her. But I feel like all of us can stand to tap into this energy of mother, grandmother wisdom, whether they have passed on or not. Okay, it's like tapping into their wisdom for direction, for affection. It's like, you know, I was telling Vic not too long ago, I miss my mama. And every now and again, I have these kind of bursts of feelings that remind me, like, damn, your mom is really not here no more. Like, she's really not here. You really can't pick up the phone and ever call her again. And that's such a hard reality to really wrap your brain around. Even if someone was sick and they transitioned, you know, under the worst conditions, and you're happy that they're no longer suffering, there's still that aching pain of like, man, I miss my mama, you know? So I just want to give that a pause for a second. I'm not intending to start your day on a somber note, but this is the channel message that's coming through, and I do feel power in it. It feels like I said the word wisdom. It's not just about, sitting sad and sulking about who's transitioned or who, even if they're alive, who you may be estranged from or just on, you know, difficult terms with. It's like really just holding space for that feeling, that longing for more, whether it's more contact or wish you had another chance to get it right. You know, it's just like holding space for that for a second. Okay. And no matter the condition of your relationship, if your mother is still living or your grandmother is still living and y'all have a piss poor relationship right now, there's a wisdom in that. Okay. For some of you, it's like, it's not too late. Okay. There's still hope. And I'll tell you, you know, having had a challenging relationship with my father at times, it really is true that it is never too late. You know, with my father in particular, I had some failed expectations. I had major disappointment in him and how he raised us and how he parented us. And there were some great things about him as well, but by and large, I had an overarching sense of disappointment and emotional disconnection from him and always wanted more. But he was not able to, in this lifetime, give that. But at the end of his life, because he was terminally ill and had a season of hospice by which he was way more available to lots of different kinds of conversations that we never had when he was fully able-bodied and kind of ripping and running in life. So I tell you that it's not too late for those of you who have your parents still living. And that doesn't mean it's too late for those of you whose parent has transcended. There's a wisdom that you can gain in that longing right now. Okay. So much wisdom. Whether it's, time waits for no one. So if you can't recoup things from that particular relationship because that person is deceased, it's like take care of the relationships that remain in your life. Know that time waits for no one. Don't wait to apologize. Don't wait to reconnect. Don't think you'll always have time. There's a wisdom in that. Okay. For some of you, it's around stubbornness. Okay. Some of you come from a long line of stubborn women. Okay. Something that is antagonistic or not always desired. People see stubborn as difficult. And it is. It is. But there's also a strength in it. There's a strongness to it, a resiliency in it. Okay. There's some boundary setting in it. Okay. That's the wisdom. She was a stubborn old bat. True. That also insinuates that she had boundaries. She had standards. She had clear expectations. And she had choices that she firmly made. Those are all pieces of wisdom. Okay. So I don't know what it looks like for you and in you, but it's like really paying attention to that maternal energy, particularly. And I'm so sorry, Kathy, about your father. But there is a wisdom in these relationships that we're overlooking. And I'm particularly drawn to female energy. So in this moment, I'm really emphasizing aunts, mothers, grandmother energy. Okay, it's familial ancestral energy, right? People you are actually related to. So, and it's a lot of energy around like not sulking but celebrating. Don't sulk, celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. It's what I keep hearing. Celebrate, not just today, but like every day. Celebrate. Some of you are really entrenched in grief around these relationships, and it's cause to celebrate. It's like give thanks. Even if they weren't perfect, the relationship was shot, it's like give thanks for what was good. What did that person teach you, whether directly or indirectly? What did they teach you about love? What did they teach you about yourself? What did they teach you about trust, faith? What did they teach you about resilience? And even if the lesson didn't come from their mouth, and even if it wasn't a high vibrational experience, it's like you can extract wisdom even from a hard time, even if they did it wrong or didn't treat you right. There's still wisdom in it. Okay. All right, so those are the first messages coming in. Drink your water, mind your business, celebrate your ancestral lineage. And I feel like this is leading into all of this is leading into this conversation around burnout. Okay. I'm actually tired of hearing the word burnout. Some of you already saw the title of the video, Burnout is not a badge of honor. I'm kind of sick and tired. I'm burnout on burnout. Yeah, I'm personally burnout on hearing and talking about burnout. One, because I've been knee deep in that topic for a while, as it's part of my charge in this life to help people learn how to self-regulate and self-master and self-care, self-manage, so that you're not burning out. The reason why you hear me talk about things like human design all the time is because it literally is about energy management. How you manage your energy is what human design teaches you, so that you don't burn out, so that you know how to self-care and self-manage and self-master according to what really works for you, not what other people say you should be doing, not what culture and society says your life should look like. That's why so many of us are burnt out. Okay. I'll explain my sense of burnout in just a moment, but so many of you are burnt out because you are so far disconnected from who you really are, what you really want, what you really need and desire. You're so far disconnected from it, and you're over functioning in this other realm of expectation and these ideas of success that aren't even yours. It's like so many of you have done things like work so hard so you can have a quote nice car. And it's not even for you, it's so that other people can see you in a certain way. That used to be my jam. I used to get a new car every 3 years. At least a car, I get a new car every 3 years. The car I have now is the car I've had for the longest in my entire life. And it's literally crossing over, oh, it just met its 10-year anniversary. No, 9-year anniversary. No, 10-year anniversary, 2015. That little Prius gets me everywhere I need to go, safely, certainly, and gas efficiently. And I like my car. Some other people might be like, why don't you have a nicer car? And ew, a Prius. And to anybody who shits on a Prius, F you. Straight up. That's the best car I've ever had. That's why I still have it. It's the best car I've ever had. But I say that to say this whole keeping up with the Joneses energy literally will have you fucking burnt out. Because the Joneses, as that moniker goes, the Joneses represents, this elitist family or this energy of being full of material possession and material wealth and societal, prestige. It's that whole keeping up with the status quo, which the status quo, at least in America, teaches us that we've got to have things in order to be successful. Whether it's degrees or cars or clothes, houses, partners, kids, we got to have shit in order for you to be successful. Okay. And then you might talk to some folks, kind of like me. All right, my connection is tripping. It's like, hey. All right, my connection is tripping. It's like, hey. Sorry, we're trying to get our technical difficulties back. So I don't know what's happening, but I had a hard time even starting the live because you can kick those in here. All right. So let me go back to what I just said because that's important that you guys hear this part. As I'm talking about sharing the load of responsibility of everyday living, household finances, managing your budget in a different way by incorporating a co-partner or a roommate into your experience. And I was talking about particularly straight women who date men, who judge men who have roommates real hard. Don't be a man that's in the dating world and you're 40 years old, 40 plus, even 30 plus years old. Sometimes people, you should have your own by now. You have a career, you should have your own everything by now. Okay. And for those of you who do that and have it successfully, great for you. Okay. But I keep hearing, but times are hard. And people have to start looking at more communal ways to get ahead. And communal ways to get ahead can include cohabitation. And I'm talking about, just one roommate, but you might have 2 roommates. I know as people get older, more mature, you want to have your own things. You want to walk around your house naked. You want to watch whatever you want to watch on TV. You don't want to have to regard anybody else's living arrangements or needs and all the things. I get that. Okay. But I'm hearing times are hard. So we've got to get a little bit more strategic and intentional with how we navigate them. And it's not just about the money aspect of it, it's the community building aspect of it. So many of us become so disconnected from our connections, our relationships, and potential friendships from COVID. They're bringing in COVID. COVID had people in isolation, and many of us never really came out. We still, we still quarantining. Okay, we still in self alienation. You haven't quite come back out. Yeah, it is a double standard for men. You haven't quite come back out the house yet. Okay, people say we outside. Some of y'all still not really outside like that. Okay, you're not really building partnerships and kinships and friendships like that. You're just doing your own thing. And many of you are struggling, struggling to make ends meet, to make it all happen, to keep it all a buck, keep it all afloat. But you're still not willing to open up to other possibilities. So it's like I want to stop talking about this, but it's coming in like real hard and fast. Like I really need to take my time with it and belabor this some more. Get you really thinking about the ways in which you can compromise in your own life experience. It's like, maybe you do need to really have your own territory, your own space. They make plenty of apartments and houses to where you can have your shit on this side and they shit on that side. Okay, even things like going in partnership on like multifamily properties. Maybe you and a friend go in and buy a duplex and you live in one and they live in one. Like this is that kind of creative financing that people aren't thinking about because they're like, I just got to do everything by myself. All this kind of individualistic thinking, as opposed to really working on developing a more communal consciousness. How can we all get ahead? You got a best friend, you got a brother, a sibling, or whoever that you can partner with on some real estate or a rental. Like two heads are always going to be better than one. Okay. Two incomes are always going to be better than one. Okay. You're a single mom with some kids. Maybe you roommate with another single mom with some kids so y'all can cooperate and collaborate. Okay. It's that kind of thinking. Okay. Because burnout is not a badge of honor. Just because you work, 100 hours a day and you can make the income to make it happen, it's coming at a price. It's coming at a price. You may get income and revenue coming in, but there is an outcome that is attached to it that is suffering. Okay. I don't know. They're giving me this phrase, selfish suffering. Selfish suffering. Selfish suffering. We don't think of independent living as being selfish. We think of that as just the expectation of what adults do. Selfish suffering. I'm gonna have to sit with that. It's giving the energy of like those who have dependents, children, even partners. You don't see couples looking at what other couple they can cohabitate with. We don't typically see that. Maybe multi-generations was like the parents come live with the kids. Okay. But like couples, because that's kind of a red zone, right? Because what if they start cheating with my partner? That's the psychology, right? We go to like those kinds of things. But maybe you partner with a same-sex couple where you don't worry about that. It's like this kind of multi-family living. They're really emphasizing this. I told you I wanted to move on from this part of the message, but multi-family living, not just multi-generational where you bring in your parents or you allow your kids to come live, but it's like really being strategic around this communal and collective consciousness. Who can we team up with together? Okay, and if we take that into a broader stroke, it's like maybe you do have the resources to buy your own house. Okay, great. Maybe your friends do too. So maybe you all go in on a joint venture, okay, where you are buying houses in the same neighborhood so that you can raise your kids together and support each other. It's not just about financial resources or currency exchange. Sometimes you need support, okay? And that level of support will save you money. Isn't it much cheaper to say, hey, can you watch my kids and for a favor, and then I'll watch your kids next week? There's no money exchange there, okay? Or it's, hey, let's carpool. You drive the kids to school and I bring the kids home. You're saving money. Daycare expenses. It's like we got to work smarter, not harder, because we're just trying to work, as they say, we're just trying to work to keep up with the Joneses. And that's not, so okay, you did all by yourself. Great, let's give a round of applause. Meanwhile, you're tired as hell. You don't have any time for yourself, no self-care. Your health is declining because you're burning a candle at both ends. Your relationship with the people that you love is being compromised because you're hardly around, or you're not focused if you are around because you're trying to recover so you can get back on the grind. Okay. It's like there's so much, I'm hearing there's so much lack and deficiency in this thinking. I got to do it all by myself and I'm bad all by myself. There's so much lack and deficiency in that thinking. So we're in the part of this conversation that I didn't really see coming, because I thought this conversation was really going to root in things like working long hours, okay, and like workaholism, and drawing in themes like hustle culture. Like we highly regard, highly revere people who are, quote, hustlers. They get after it. They're go-getters, right? Our collective value really supports hustling and grinding. They talk about grind culture. That's what I really thought this conversation was about, but I appreciate these other messages as well. But it's all relative. If you are tapped into pop culture in any regard, especially if you're of a certain generation where you went through the bling bling phase, you know, and some people are still stuck there. Still stuck there. It's like, you know, where money is your only focus. Affluence and wealth is the only goal. And that's great. I like nice things. I like to have financial security. I like to know things are in place. Okay. And that's not the problem. The desire for that kind of comfort and stability is not the problem. It's the way you go about it that's the problem. The way that we're going about it is the problem. Selfish suffering. That's the problem. Wouldn't it be way better for you to be able to get all your needs met with ease? Not with resistance, not with friction, not with extra effort, but like shit was flowing and you're rested and hydrated and happy. Dare I say fulfilled. Some of y'all have given up on fulfillment for the sake of just having finances. No, I gotta do this because if I don't do this, then I'm not gonna have that. And if I don't have that, then it's not gonna be good. Like there's only one way to get it. It's like I can take a job where I'm making, yeah, I'll even give you a healthy wage. I think when I topped out, I was somewhere about $50 an hour. That's kind of funny to say now. Most people would say $50 an hour is a very good wage if you have a job. Okay. I think I was bringing home somewhere in the ballpark, like my bring home, somewhere around $6,000 Just under $6,000 a month is what I was bringing home. Okay, after taxes. Some bullshit. It's a decent wage for most people. And now I look at, one client for me damn near brings that in. One client, 4 hours a month. And if one client is about just under $5,000. One client, 1 hour a week, 4 weeks, 4 hours a week, 4 hours a month, just under $5,000. Okay. We talk about work smarter, not harder. And I know someone might be saying, because you've heard my financial woes, well, why don't you have any money? Because you'll have to market. That's not my strong suit, is marketing. It's not my strong suit. I'm working through that. It's becoming more of my strong suit. And you got to take the time to do that. I'm working on it. In the midst of all these things, there's some other dynamics playing out in my world, but I use this experience and this example to show you what it looks like to work smarter, not harder. I actually created a lifestyle for myself that was more around fulfillment than it is finances, believe that or not. Someone with a different mindset would be breaking in, $50,000 a month, grinding. I don't want to grind. I don't want to work hard. I want to do work I love, and I want my life to continue to flow harmoniously and, in my eyes, successfully. But I'm not going to grind for it. Not when it flows, it naturally flows in. And you could choose to keep grinding for it. And I'll tell you, this is literally the happiest I've ever been in my life. I have been way more financially stable, and I use that language because that's the language you all relate to. Meaning I've had money in the account, in the savings account, money on hand to do whatever I need to do, and I was not happy. I was not happy. I wasn't free. Like, that was not my definition of success. I always go back to like my last full-time job. I was tenure track faculty. I could have died in that position. They don't fire people. You don't get fired. You just either quit or you retire. And I knew even after I got tenure, after the 4 years process to get tenure, I knew that this wasn't my forever. And by now I'd probably be making, for sure, $7,000, $8,000 a month. That was not my forever. That was not my definition of success. Having to be somewhere at certain hours of the day, every day. And again, it was a great gig. If you gotta have a gig, if you gotta have a job, I had a great job. I only worked 4 days a week. I was off by 2:30. I worked 8 to 2:30, 4 days a week. And still had 2.5 months vacation. It's a great gig. Get paid all year round. That was not my vision. That was not my value system. My value system doesn't start and end. It doesn't. My joy, my freedom, my sense of purpose and utility in the world, like doing work that's meaningful and that is impactful, that is where my value system is. And the money is coming in. The money is definitely coming in. But what is your value system, and is it aligning with your lifestyle? Are you just working to make a dollar? Is that like your primary focus, is just to keep the lights on and the bills paid and to go on vacation a couple weeks out of the year? Are you doing that successfully and peacefully? If you're doing that with ease, good for you. I'm probably not talking to you. I'm talking to those of you who are still grinding and hustling and burning yourselves out trying to make it all happen on your own without anybody's help. Because if you ask for help, if you say you need somebody else to come and co-pilot this with you, that now makes you a loser or incompetent or unsuccessful. Shout out to all my single mamas out there. Shit. I've been saying this and thinking this for a lifetime. Single mamas, whether you got 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, or 10 kids, why are you trying to do it by yourself? Why are you not open to cohabitating with another mature, responsible adult that has an income where you can share the liabilities and responsibilities? Why is that not a thing that is more readily done and socially acceptable? Like, why? Why do we insist on make it happen on our own instead of partnering up with somebody who can help? It's not a badge of honor to be overworked, underpaid, tired, and without support. But you can say, I got my own house. At what cost? At what cost? Let me read some of these comments. The empty nesting is tough now, but over the journey, definitely not complaining. There's obviously other things in play, but being in a relationship and still a single mom is crazy. That whole part, I had to wake up to that for myself. I'm in a relationship, but I'm a single mom. Let me cut out some of this, this extra. I haven't even put the energy out there for a co-partner, but I wasn't open to create a community, but the person just weren't there or didn't come through. Yeah. And maybe it was a timing thing, Carrie. You know, maybe it's not a bad idea, but maybe it was a timing thing. Okay. It's a community thing, you know, because not everybody's gonna have that kind of wisdom and see that kind of foresight to see how this can really be beneficial, as opposed to, I think there's a card flipped over, as opposed to a sign of sacrifice. Because again, that mentality that we've all been conditioned to believe is we got to get it on our own, do it by ourselves. And if you can't, there's something wrong with you. So there's that. All right, let's get into these cards real quick. All right. We had that card yesterday. All right, and one more. Okay. So, yeah, I love this. So the background card is this, what is this? The 6 of Cups, okay? And it came out upside down, okay? So the card 6 of Cups can mean a lot of things. For me, honestly, it feels like an energy of something coming back around again, okay? Like an opportunity coming back around again, something that benefits you coming back around again. And it feels like an opportunity coming back around again that you reject. So as it relates to this topic, it feels like, I don't know if this is like a gift, like someone offered you to, I don't know, I want to say like someone offered to help share the responsibilities with you, okay? Whether it's someone asked you if you wanted to live with them or to live with you, if they wanted to live with you. It feels like help. It's like someone offered to help you. Maybe they offered to buy groceries and you're like, no, I got it. It just feels like someone offering provision that was rejected, okay? Um, It's like, you can come stay with me for a little while you do X, Y, or Z. It feels like provision that was rejected. Okay. And it feels like it was rejected based on pride. So someone may have offered you a gift in the form of money, or a loan, or some kind of provision. It feels like someone offered provision and it was rejected. Um, and it's like an energy of needing to take another look at it. Okay. As I think about my own situation, I resonate with that. Yeah, it feels like it's someone offering you something that is helpful that you're rejecting. And it's like, take another look at it, or rethink it, needing to rethink it. It's a lot of energy around that, needing to rethink an offer that you rejected that was provisionate, that would help you. It's not like, oh, somebody asked you if you want this green shirt, and you're like, no, I'm good. It's like, it's something more meaningful. It's something that matters more. Maybe offered to sell you a car, or something. It's something provisionary. It's like something that's basic to survival that's provisionary, whether it's living or food or car. It's like something that's necessary for basic living. Excuse me. It's like needing to rethink it or take another look at it. Okay. Someone asks you if you want to borrow their car to go do X, Y, and Z, and you're like, no, I'm good. And you're going to take an Uber instead. It's like, no, rethink that mindset. It's provision. Okay. And the reason why you need to rethink it is not because, one, there's a need, which makes sense, but it's like needing to rethink it because it comes in the form of blessings. Okay. As we move from the Six of Cups to the Six of Swords, this is again about being divinely guided. Okay. So it's like, if you've been offered some kind of measure of support from someone that you rejected because of pride and ego, you need to rethink it because it is divine guidance. It is divine provision. It's an answered prayer. Okay. It's something that makes your life easier or simpler or more functional. And you're saying no because you should be able to do it by yourself, or you have an expectation of a should. Like, I don't need it because I should be able to do it by myself. It's like working harder instead of smarter. Like, this is divine provision. However, whatever form it's coming in, it's divine provision. Okay. It's not the person in front of you offering the offer. It is divine provision. Okay. And so there's a need for you to kind of get out of your own head around it. There's a need to get out of your own head around it. There's a need to submit to it. It's like, too often, I know I'm the same way, it's too often we block blessings because of our pride and ego. So if you're having a hard time connecting with this message, like, think about something that someone recently offered you that you actually could benefit from, that you are turning a blind eye to because you should be able to handle it without it. Okay. It's like an energy of not wanting to rely on somebody else or not wanting to be indebted to somebody else, because we're looking at the person as the provider as opposed to the divine. Okay. And this happens to many of us every day, where people offer us things that would make our life easier and we reject it because we don't want to be indebted in any way. Okay. Somebody may offer to buy you lunch and you're like, no, I'm okay. I'll get it. I got it. And it's like, no, take it. Take it. They want to offer it. It's okay. Take it. Like, so often we block blessings because it's like we don't want to be a burden to anybody, or we don't want that internal pressure of like, I gotta reciprocate right away, or I gotta be able to give them something if they give me something, or do something for them if they do something for me. It's like, we've got to get rid of that kind of stinking thinking. It's like, again, too many times we block a blessing doing things the hard way just because we don't want to feel with the emotional burden or the self-judgment. Okay. The self-judgment is the burden. The self-judgment is where the burden comes in. This is all about laying burdens down. Okay, this 10 of Wands is about laying burdens down. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like reflecting on my own shit as I'm hearing this. Like, yeah, true, true, true. So, open your hands to receive and get excited, okay? It's like you should be celebrating. What did I say earlier? This card literally came out. Three of Cups is all about celebrating. And you see there's three people in the cup in the card celebrating. So it's not about, you worked hard, did by yourself, like good job, and that's great. That's great. But we are moving into a dimension and rapidly where we've got to look at how we can work together to work smarter, not harder. Not independently smarter, not harder, but collectively. How can we get more done with another person added to the equation? Okay. It's like it's gonna lead to success. It's going to. It's not, oh, I wonder how this is gonna work out. No, it's going to lead to success. You may be thinking, well, I don't know about that person, their habits, and da 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 da. It's going to lead to success. Your life is going to be more harmonious the more help you bring into it. Doesn't that make sense? Only reason why it doesn't make sense is because the ego says, well, no, you should do this. And what if they do that and you don't like that? It's like the ego mind goes into fear and chaos and confusion when really life is flowing perfectly in this divine order that brings in help for you naturally, seamlessly, effortlessly, if we're not judging it or ourselves. Okay. So I do feel this is a season of celebration. I do feel like that. I feel like this is a time to get excited. Those of you who feel stressed, worn out, and burnt out, like this is a positive indicator for you that something good is about to change for the better. Okay. Okay. Burnout is not a badge of honor, but it is a clear indication that you have now opportunity to change things for the better, to make a difference in your life that is improved. Okay. You sick and tired of being sick and tired? Congratulations. That means something is about to change for the better. Okay. Whew. A lot of energy around that. I've been getting a lot of cards. Those of you who follow me on TikTok, I've been doing some one card pulls over there. And like out of the last 3 readings, 2 times I pulled the Ace of Pentacles. And y'all have heard me talking on this platform that abundance, blessings, big things are coming. Like I'm getting all the chills again. It's like it's here. Okay. And it's not even like, oh, the big windfall. It's like every day you get blessings. Are you paying attention? That day you missed that car accident that you passed by on the road, that was your abundant blessing. That day you got an extra little check in the mail. It wasn't much, but it's still like an extra little blessing. Okay. That day you came home, there was some food there already prepared because so-and-so dropped it off or brought it over or ordered it for you. Like that was your blessing. It's like too often we're looking for like the big bow. Okay. And I do feel bigger energy coming in. I'm talking about some of the more mundane things. I do feel something bigger coming in, but it's like we be ignoring all the big blessings that come in the form of help and support and guidance, direction, insight, provision. Like we be ignoring all of that shit that happens on a daily basis because we looking for the windfall, the golden key opportunity. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's where we are today. One last card. Got the Lovers card. So this is giving me like, it's not about just romantic love. Okay. Y'all can get excited about that. For those of you looking for partnership, I do feel that coming in. Okay. And when I say coming in, it feels like, it's not just about love and marriage. It's like divine connections, soulmates, kinship, okay? Like your people, tribe. It's given like minds and people you have harmony with and things in common with, similar interests and similar value systems. It's given that, okay? And it may come in the form of a romantic partner, but I'm feeling like connection above like sexuality or a sexual interest. It's like connectedness. It's like people that you adore, respect, value, appreciate. And it's reciprocal, meaning they have the same experience with you. Okay. It feels very equally yoked. Okay. Whew. I like that. It feels very equally yoked. And some of you have already come into contact with these energies and these people already. But you're going into it with a very prideful stance. Like, I don't want nothing from them, and I don't want to need them, and I don't want to da da da. It's like, but you've already met tribe, people who want to support you and encourage you and who've got your back. Okay. Even if you haven't needed anything, like you feel the energy of support there. Okay. It's a lot of energy around this too. So I caution you to pay attention. Pay attention to who's got you, who supports you. Okay, it's like a need to really pay attention. It's like it's an energy of like taking people for granted that are right in proximity to you. Okay. What are you taking for granted right now that is actually providing ease, harmony, flow, provision for you? Okay. Whew. Okay, these are people who are being divinely led to serve you. You may not even know why. They may not even understand why. There's a lot of energy around people doing things for you that you're taking for granted. Okay. Taking it for granted, judging it harshly, ignoring its real value in your life, self-judging yourself because it's there. I shouldn't need it. I should be able to do it myself. It's that kind of bullshit that we're blocking our own blessings. Okay. So, yeah. It's a season of working smarter, not harder. If you sick and tired of being sick and tired, that means that you now come to an intersection of change and choice. Okay. You can keep doing what you've been doing, or you can now look at this as an opportunity to pivot in a new direction, to look at things differently, to embrace the opportunities that are right in front of you here and now, the provision that's being made here and now, to embrace it differently. It's not about the person that you see doing the thing. Know that it is divine guidance and divine provision. Okay. All right. Like this video if you haven't already. I appreciate you so much for joining me every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern for the live intuitive morning message. Of course, turn on your notifications, like, subscribe, tell your mama and them, your cousin and them, your uncle and them, and I appreciate you for it. Of course, I would tell you to go to the website, but it's down today, and then we'll be back tomorrow with some new and improved bells and whistles to show you guys how to get involved, how to take advantage of the offers that we have to support you in your personal growth journey. And in the meantime, in between time, what I always continue to say, life does not have to be perfect in order for us to be great every day, no matter what. We just have to make the conscious choice. So choose to have a great day. No matter what, y'all. Peace.